Hello yogis, and welcome to your 15-minute strength session. This is going to be set up near a wall. So grab your mat and set up your short edge near a wall, and we'll be working through shoulder strength and stability, as well as our core and body positioning to start to work towards inversions. So this will help you with body positioning towards inversions such as handstand. So coming onto your mat once you're set up next to the wall and standing up near the wall, bring your hands to heart center. We'll start to warm up our body by inhale, hands towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the ground. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, walk your hands out to your high plank and hold. So scooping your belly in, so you're creating this beautiful strong shape where you are slightly curling through the upper back. So you can see your body positioning is very similar to where it would be in a handstand. Obviously, our hands aren't over our head and our feet aren't elevated, but you start to feel the positioning through your straight legs and through your activated core. One more breath here. Bring your knees down onto the ground. Bend your elbows, chaturanga, come all the way down to the ground. Inhale into baby cobra, roll your shoulders down and back. Exhale, release. Two more like that. Inhale to lift up, so you're activating the back line of your body. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale to lift, leave your feet anchored on the ground, using your back muscles starting to activate. Bring your chin down, come back through your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So feel free to walk your feet out, pressing one heel down at a time. Now keep rolling your shoulders away from your ears. So anytime that you're coming into a position where you are holding yourself up with your hands, so whether it's down dog, whether it is handstand, you're finding external rotation. So internal rotation is when you are bringing your shoulders in. We want to reverse that. Externally rotate the shoulders, broadening through your chest and your collarbones so that you are in a stronger, more stable position through your shoulders. So finding that now, externally rotate your shoulders, and from there you're coming into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Start to walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale to lift halfway, exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, palms touch, and come straight back down again. Bend your knees if you need to, hands to the ground. Lift halfway with your inhale, roll your shoulders back, walk your hands forward, high plank, hold. Keep the external rotation through your shoulders. Activate your core, so you are sucking your belly button in towards your spine. You're keeping your hips in line with the rest of the spine. Of course, if you need to modify, knees are down on the ground. Otherwise, keep the legs fired up behind you. One more breath. If you can, keep the knees off. Otherwise, modify with knees down. Chaturanga, bend through the elbows. If you're warm enough, you come into up dog. Otherwise, cobra is still your modification. And we meet back in downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. So if you'd like to find movement, you can pedal the feet out. But you're just keeping the stability through your upper body. So keep the shoulders rotating away from your ears. Find that external rotation. Pressing down and forward with your hands. Fingertips are spread wide. If you ever try and balance on your hands with your fingers together, you're making it really hard for yourself. So spread the fingertips out wide. Fingertips facing forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And from there, you're pushing back into your downward facing dog. Finding stability, pausing there, finding that heat and fire stabilizing through your shoulders. Then start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, palms touch, and bring your hands to heart center. One more, inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, you start to walk your hands out to your high plank. Find that beautiful positioning. Hips in line with the rest of the spine, engage your core. Sucking belly button in towards spine, slight doming through the shoulders here. Fingertips are facing forward, they're spread nice and wide. Stabilizing your shoulders, activating your core. One more breath. Knees on or off the ground, chaturanga, arms bend. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, flip over the toes, push back, down dog. Take a deep breath in, stay for the exhale. Deep breath in, stay for the exhale. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Palms touch. And bring your hands to heart center. Pause, breathe. So starting to feel a little warmer now. Starting to strengthen and lengthen the body. But really bringing our awareness to that positioning through our shoulders and our hands as we work through our flow. It's very similar alignment principles that run through our sun salutation as we come into inversions, like your handstand. So this time bring your hands to heart center. And as you inhale, hands towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, shoulders back. Walk your hands out to your high plank, knees on or off the ground, firing up through the core, activating your shoulders, keeping broad collarbones. One more breath. Find your flow. Keep strong through the core as you bend the elbows alongside the rib cage. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, come into your downward facing dog. Now make sure that you are fairly close to your wall here, guys. Keep rotating through the shoulders. Now you have the option of staying where you are and just working through the stability in your shoulders with your down dog, or you can start to come into more of a wall walk. So starting to bring one foot up onto the wall and lifting yourself up into more of an L shape. The other foot can follow. You can bring your hands in a little closer, but creating more of an L shape with your body. Now you can hold here. If this is too much, you just bring your feet back down to the ground for your down dog. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, gently step back down and bring your hands back to your feet, hanging in ragdoll for just a few moments. Allow your shoulders and your arms to release in your ragdoll. You can see that when we come into that L-shape movement, that we are still trying to find active shoulders, rolling shoulders away from ears, broadening through collarbones. So you're pressing through your hands. You're using the wall to help keep your hips level with your legs. So you're welcome to come back into that variation with this next round, or we'll work through a slight variation. So, feet together or slightly apart at the back of your mat. Inhale, hands towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Walk your hands out. Find your high plank. Hold, breathe. Activate your core. Shoulders are stable. One more breath. Knees on or off the ground, chaturanga. Back bend of choice on your inhale. And we're meeting back in down dog. So make sure that you are fairly close to your wall here, guys. Now remember that external rotation through your shoulders. Now you're either holding your down dog and building your stability through your shoulders here. Keep your positioning strong and stable. Next option is to come to where we just were, so bringing foot up onto the wall and finding that L shape with your body. So a pike through the hips, but pressing down and up through the arms and the shoulders. Then you have the option of bringing one foot up and bring it back down. Bringing the foot up, bringing it back to the wall. One more. And back to the wall. And then we're switching over. Now remember, you don't have to lift the leg, you can just keep both feet on the wall. Lifting right leg up and back to the wall. One more. Lifting up. And then with control, bend through your knees, step the feet down to your down dog. Take a deep breath. Option to come back to your ragdoll, or you can even come down to child's pose if you want to let go completely. If you're coming into your ragdoll, release through the arms and the shoulders. So once again, just finding a little bit of movement, releasing your shoulders, relaxing, maybe shaking the hands out. You can come to standing if you don't want to come down onto your mat, whatever feels good. Just have a little break through your shoulders. So those variations, either pausing in your down dog, pausing in your L shape, or coming into the variation where you're lifting one leg up at a time. You can repeat those variations each round if that feels good in your body. The next round that we come into, we're coming into what we call a wall walk. So we are going to bring our feet up onto the wall, and then we're going to start walking our hands back towards the wall, so we end up into more of a handstand shape facing towards the wall. So you're welcome to take that variation with me. I'll demonstrate and do it with you. Hands to heart center, feet together or slightly separated. Inhale, hands towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to lift halfway, shoulders back. Keep that rotation through the shoulders as you come to your high plank. Engage. Core is strong, shoulders are stable. Even here, fingertips are spread wide, they're facing forward. Press into your 10 finger pads, one more breath, and bend through the elbows. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now this is option 1. Option 2, come into your L shape. One foot to the wall, other foot to the wall, come into your L shape. Press up through the shoulders, stay nice and strong. You have the option of coming back into your leg lifts if you'd like to. Otherwise, start to walk your feet a little bit further up the wall as you start to walk your hands in towards the wall as well. So you're coming into a full handstand position. Maybe you're a little further away from the wall. It doesn't have to be a full handstand, but starting to find that scoop through the belly, lifting up through your toes by pressing down through your hands, lifting up through your shoulders. Keep the scoop through the belly. Find that active plank-like pose. Keep your feet together, holding for one more breath. And then we're going to walk back out to our L shape. And with control, we come back down to down dog. Take a breath. And then you can come to your child's pose. Bring your hands alongside your legs. Maybe you're coming to standing. Whatever feels good for you to release. But that is the wall walk back to a handstand. I know a lot of people can be frightened of kicking up into handstand. So this is a way, as you walk your hands in, it does take strength through your shoulders. It does take core activation, but it takes away the fear of that kick up. So whether you're kicking up into handstand against a wall, that can still be scary. People don't know how hard to kick up without having a partner there to spot them. So this is a really good way to still build that strength and body positioning with taking out the fear of kicking into handstand. So we're going to do one more round. Choose your variation. So if you're not already at standing, coming back up, take your time, bringing your hands to heart center. Inhale, fingertips rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Walk your hands out. High plank. Here, even feel this is the same positioning through your core and legs, very similar to your handstand. So you're sucking belly in towards spine. One more breath here. Bend through the elbows. Back bend of choice. Downward facing dog. Option 1, hold your down dog, build that stability through your shoulders. Option 2, come into your L shape, both feet against the wall, creating that bend through the hips. Option 3, leg lifts. Option 4, we're walking our hands in towards the wall as our feet come up even higher. Come into your handstand, holding together, press through your hands, lifting up through the toes, keep the belly sucking in towards your spine, holding together for 3, 2, 1, with control, walking back out. Come to your L shape, step down, down dog, and rest. Let it go. Breathe. Maybe it feels good for you to roll your shoulders down and back. You might be in a standing position, you might be down on your mat. But starting to rotate through the wrists. Maybe starting to stretch them out a little. But hopefully that gave you a little more experience into stabilizing through your shoulders, but also finding some positions that might not seem achievable, but when you put yourself next to a wall for support, it gives you a little more confidence to start to come into some of those positions. So you can walk your hands out, stretch through your forearms, your wrists, maybe roll your shoulders down and back, perhaps interlacing hands behind you. Open out through your shoulders. Now, of course, this sequence can start to link in to any of our other classes in the class library. So this is just a nice little 15-minute yoga break and a bit of fun for you to explore something new and to set up near the wall for a bit of fun as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your shoulders are feeling strong and stable. I hope your core is now engaged, and that gives you a little bit more knowledge and experience to take into your other classes. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.